per ounce. That's when I teach you how we use math in a spiritual way. And I go through African mathematics, but I disguise it as per ounce. How to arrange your house, how to arrange your desk, how to arrange your altar, and how to heal yourself through the way you arrange your house. And I teach you what all the designs in this clothing means. The system of design. That's called per ounce. Controlling and understand black children, holistic self-diagnosing, African holistic health. Pills that can kill. I go through the United States drug companies' own analysis of their drugs, and I go through all the ones that they say don't work by their science, not me, their science of the drug companies. Tylenol does not work. They have proven that. What is happening is you just believe, and you believe so hardly that it works. Other than that, it doesn't work scientifically. I don't want to upset you. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it, and one day you'll just die. So the harsh reality is, we really just need to wake up to something. Some things you can accept and some things you can do. And I said I was going to talk about white sugar for a moment. A drug is an isolated substance. If I isolate the cocaine from the cocoa leaf, I have a drug. Still follow me? If I isolate the heroin from a poppy seed, I have a drug. It's an isolated substance. If I isolate the starch from a wheat berry, I have a drug. I am saying that flour is a drug by definition. I'm saying sugar is a drug by definition. I'm saying cocaine is a drug by definition. If I isolate the nutrients in a tobacco leaf by heating it up, which causes the vaporization, you know what I'm talking about? That's losing its vitamins and the minerals in the vapor. I've isolated the oil, taking it out of its tribe. Because when God made it, it was with oil, vitamins and minerals and all of that. Now you decide you're going to take it out. You isolated the substance, you're playing God. That's what you're doing. Now I have a drug called nicotine. If I isolate caffeine in a bean by roasting it, the vapor goes up, it takes away the vitamins and minerals and all. Now I've isolated. Now I have a drug called coffee. I'm going through all this stuff you think is food, telling you it's a drug, and you expect something to happen to you nicely. Bleach and salt do not combine in nature. Chlorine is a gas. It only combines when you dry out the seawater or Himalayan water, whatever the hell you're getting this sodium chloride from. It is a drug by definition. The problem is, are you eating food or are you eating a drug? Some people are isolated from their culture. You know what I'm talking about? A coconut. When you're isolated from your culture, you have become a drug to white people. Not personal white people. So we got to say, if God didn't make it, I'm not going to eat it. Simple. God did not make white sugar. You can't plant it in the ground and it'll grow. It's unnatural. So, that's a rock. Why are you going around eating rocks? I'm just saying, salt is already in grapes, oranges, apples. God put it there. Now, why you got to add salt to something? You are playing God, and you're going to pay for that. That's all I'm trying to say. Just ask yourself, did God make this Negro? Did God make Oprah? No, something. Then you just turn around and walk away from it. And some of us are addicted to bad relationships. And you know that. They always whip somebody that means them no good whatsoever. You ever met somebody like that? Some people are addicted to ugly people. All their friends are ugly. All of us have some kind of addiction, but we gotta accept where we are to prove where we are. But you just going around with this fantasy. You know what I'm talking about? A fantasy, a theory, a myth. What is the greatest nation in the world? Imagination. And that's where all of us live. We live in our imagination. You got to just face the reality. You're not that cute. You really aren't. You look like the unshaved ass of King Kong. Excuse me, I'm gonna get to this. Excuse me. Educate. I didn't mean to say that. I was coming home from school and I was studying psychology because I was a psychotherapist. That's somebody who helps crazy people to be crazy. So I'm studying something. Oh, I was studying rape, right? So my grandmother, her mother was a slave, and she came out of slavery. She was 3 or 4 years old when slavery ended, so she came partially out of slavery. So her way of approaching life was different from how you approach it. So she asked, "What you taking in school?" I said, "Psychology, Grandma. I'm studying how to help ladies who have been raped." She said, "Child, all we did was wipe ourselves off and keep walking." I'm saying to myself, damn, that's the kind of reality she had to go through what she was going through. But in my mind, I was going to say, "Grandma, no." But I realized that that's what she needed to walk through what she walked through in her life. You see? You can't always grade people where you are. Because you see somebody drunk on the corner. You say, "Damn, he shouldn't be drunk on the corner like that." Well, last year he was a crackhead. That's upgrade. You got to know where people are coming from before you condemn them and stuff like that. You don't know where people are coming from, what they went through. So just be kind to people. That's what Lee Horn used to like to say. I used to get ticked off with her. Just be kind to people. Damn. Stuff she went through. You heard of the Sammy Davis Jr. fellow? He's a dancer. A very good tap dancer. I'm telling you, he's one of the best. So anyway, he didn't learn how to read and write till he was 17. He joined them, he drafted in the military, correct? And he's weighing 105 pounds. So the white guys lined up and raped him, incidentally. So the sergeant saved him and taught him how to read and write. I'm just saying, but Sammy was, you never know it from talking to him. You never know. And I say, "Sam, damn, man, I just tell people, become a Malcolm X tap dancer." And he just, his heart was someplace. I tell you, you just don't know where people are coming from. You really don't. So sometimes you just have to be nice to people. Because if you upset or crazy people, they may bite you. When I worked in a criminally insane ward in prison, people were eating their own bowel movement, chewing their own arm and stuff like that. So I went to my supervisor, because I was tired of this, tired of people eating shit. So I said, "Can you give me some normal crazy people?" I was sincere, but I was the only token black person on the staff, so he said, "No, I can't release you." Okay, I'm back to the suicidal Samoans. Whatever. So, I'd supervise me again. So I guess I'll stop, huh? I got 20 minutes. What a joy. I'm trying to let you know that in my personal life, I'm a quiet person. I don't talk a lot. My wife will tell you that I'm quiet. This is me working, but in my personal life, I don't talk. I don't even talk to myself. You know how you don't even talk to yourself? You need to do this, need that. I don't even do that. I get tired of talking to myself. And so anyway, I didn't mean to bring it up. That's why I was asking what time. I'm not a talkative person. I've always been quiet. I'm telling you the truth. So nonetheless, we are trying to understand the real from the unreal, and understanding that we're following a lot of myths and superstitions of other people. We need to follow our own myths and our own superstitions. We have myths and beliefs, we have ma'at, we have our own stuff. You know, when I was coming up with, don't step on a line because that means your mother drink wine. I mean, we have Oh, I have a book called Nutritional Destruction of Black People. And I go through a whole lot of stuff that we do that's wrong. I'm from South Carolina. I have superstitions. You know, that's what we do roots. And I can shrink your dick. You know, I'm just saying we do things. So in my book, The Gullah, I go through some rituals that we did in the South on the islands that came from Africa, unless you know it's a connection. So what I'm saying is, some things you do to me is like weird. I'm ready to boil some roots on you if I was back home. But we have to be clear that we can save ourselves, that we can uplift ourselves, and we can be a product of goodness. You are a success story. And all you have to do is use that success in you already. I write books, but books don't give you knowledge. Books help you exercise your knowledge. God gave you knowledge. And God gave you success. And I'm just saying, I'm just trying to help you exercise the success that you already have. You don't have to create it, just use it. Every skill, no matter how unimportant you think it is, has to be practiced. If you want to be good at soccer, you better practice. You will be good at playing the piano, you better practice. You'll be good at dancing, you better be practicing. If you will be good at stupid, practice. That's what I'm saying. People just don't jump up and be stupid, they've been practicing all their life. So just practice, the success is already built in you and you'll be just fine. Trust me. Oh yeah, I can do a Q&A. So I'm going to close, formally I'm going to close the lecture and do a question and answer. You've already did one. Yes. Yes.
Is it more important to heal physically or emotionally?
Is it more important to heal physically or emotionally?
First.
In physiology, emotions are physical. You have to have a physical body to be emotional. So in one way it's a nice question, another way it's not understanding physiology. As I said before, I don't have to ask you when you're angry. I can tell by your kidneys lighting up or your femur lighting up. I don't have to ask you because the charges in those sections of your body will fire off. It takes your whole body to be emotional. You can't be intellectual without emotion. They come together as a team. You come together as a bipolar team. Your mother and father merged in you. You can't be artistic without math. You can't be a dancer without math. It comes together. You're separating things that are not separated, is what I'm saying, because we were taught by people to separate things. Spirituality is at church. The mentality is at the psychiatrist. You see what I'm saying? It's separated. The our culture all is one thing. We don't separate nothing from God. Yeah.
Most people, they get to a certain age and they suffer from illness, whether it's serious or mild. But there's one depletion, one illness, let's call it an illness, depletion, that everybody seems to suffer from, or 90% of people, and that's our eyes. Why do we, the majority of us seem to end up with bad eyesight at such an early age? What is it, and can it be reversed?
Yeah, I got the question. Everyone hear that? Why do we seem to have more problems with our eyes as we get older? Our eyes get bad, like they did something bad in school. The reason is that concentrates, as I mentioned, cocaine, heroin, remember I went through that? Concentrates pull moisture. So if you eat sugar, it's going to pull moisture. The body says, I have to make this back into sugar cane grass. So it pulls the moisture out of your nerves, out of your bones, out of your muscle. It robs your body. It's a starvation food, as we call it. So sugar is the leading cause of blindness in the world because it pulls the moisture out of the nerves of the eyes, arteries of the eyes. You still following me here? Because concentrates rob your body of moisture. Because God didn't make sugar. God made sugar cane grass. So the body says, oh, wait a minute. I'm going to turn this back into sugar cane grass. Then I'm going to metabolize it. What I'm saying is, God didn't make a raisin. God made grapes.